Corey and Lloyd brought up how would we afford this, and like you said, the FDA, like we're using the United States as an example, so the FDA would regulate it, therefore the federal government would be making money off of this. Ratings would go up as shown by statistics that John mentioned, therefore, the ballparks and the arenas would make revenue. And every athlete has to get a physical. When you get a physical, you have tests done. So if you are a major league athlete, there can be additional tests done so you can, figure out how much steroids you would need. Also, the health impacts. I'd just like to discuss some other things that are common usage that have awful health impacts. Alcohol can cause liver damage. Marijuana leads to brain damage. Cigarettes cause lung cancer. And heck, cheeseburgers raise your cholesterol level. And also, athletes undertake serious health risks just by playing. Lloyd and Corey keep mentioning that there is such a risk. But an example, just last year, a media car ran Johnny Hoogerland off the road during the Tour de France, sending him headlong into barbed wire. Redskins quarterback Joe Theismann famously had his leg broken and career-ended mid-game, and the devastating long-term effects of concussions are rapidly becoming apparent. And if performance enhancers were made illegal, specifically anabolic steroids, then they could be safely distributed and regulated, so players aren't forced to rely on shady back alley transactions. Lloyd kept saying, some effects like steroids, like these are some health effects by drugs that are like steroids, but he never said steroids specifically. And he kept mentioning all different types of steroids, when we've constantly been telling you we are limiting this to just anabolic, so obviously he was not paying attention to our speech. Also, with role models, John touched on this before, that celebrities and models compete in a market just like athletes compete in their own market, yet celebrities and models have access to cosmetic surgeries and unhealthy diet plans to help them compete with a greater edge, even though they often threaten the health of the individuals who undergo these procedures. Professional Major League athletes deserve the same equally lawful access to supplements, including Olympic athletes, that will put them at the top of their game. It's no more fair to keep steroids illegal than it is to restrict diets or cosmetic body enhancements under the law, than it is to prohibit steroid use. Corey kept talking about the stigma associated with steroids, but stigma shouldn't matter. This is about the choice that an athlete is allowed to make. It's unconstitutional to tell an athlete what they can and cannot do to put into their body. And an athlete wouldn't have a negative stigma associated with them because the anonymous factor of our plan fixes that, it gets rid of it. Also, if you can't dribble a basketball or swing a bat, steroids can't give you the hand-eye coordination necessary to do that. They'll only make you stronger, but they're not going to give you the extreme ability that you need to play a sport. Like We the Negative had continuously said, anabolic steroids are an athletic liberty. Under our plan, athletes will have the freedom to decide if they want to use steroids or not. Allowing steroids will boost sporting attendance, put athletes in charge of their own bodies, and level the playing field.
That was easy.
Thank you, and please vote